We'll now call the meeting into open session. The committee will convene an executive session in main office conference room, 6 p.m. pursuant to Rhode Island General Laws 42-46-4 and 5 for the purpose of discussion superintendent's annual performance evaluation pursuant to Rhode Island General Laws 42-46-5A1, discussion paraprofessionals 2025 to 2028 agreement pursuant to Rhode Island General Laws 42-46-5A2, consider and vote on motion to adjourn and reconvene into open session. Pursuant to Rhode Island General Laws 42-46-5A1, any persons being discussed or affected were given advance notice of the executive meeting in writing and advised that they may require such discussion be held at open meeting. No request has been made. With that said, I will entertain a motion to go into executive session.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. into regular session. We'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. There are no votes taken in executive session. I will entertain a motion to seal the executive session minutes pursuant to applicable provisions of RIGL 42-46, 4 and 5.
I'll make a motion to seal the minutes.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Next item. Yes, student liaison.
Student Liaison, Hope Moran.
Good evening. I'm here to share an update on what's been going on in our school in the past few weeks. To begin, winter sporting events are officially underway, with school spirit has been at a high as competition has returned. Just yesterday, we hosted our annual Mayoral Cup, where 2 middle schools, Riverside and Martin, competed against one another in both boys and girls basketball. Overall, it was an exciting event, showcased sportsmanship, school pride, and strong community turnout. In addition to athletics, academics remain a strong focus. After a refreshing break, students have returned focused and energized. As a result, we are now preparing for midterms, which will take place next week. Furthermore, we are hosting our open house this evening at the high school, welcoming families into our school community. Second quarter will officially conclude on the 23rd. Alongside our academic efforts, our Career and Tech education students are actively preparing for Career and Tech Education Month in February. In particular, DECA members are assisting with a CTSO initiative at the State House, highlighting student leadership and advocacy at a state level. Additionally, students involved both with DECA and Schools USA are preparing to compete in states throughout February and March. Beyond the classroom, there has been a strong student involvement across the campus, including several successful fundraisers. We recently held a well-attended flatbread fundraiser and continue that momentum with upcoming events such as our meat raffle, along as a Wingstop and Chipotle fundraisers, all supporting school programs and initiatives. Additionally, our Townie Cares Club attended a statewide mental health conference, reflecting our students' commitment to advocacy and well-being. At the same time, we are proud to celebrate and recognize our students' growth. East Providence High School was recently recognized as one of the top 30 high schools in Rhode Island by Money Inc., a testament to dedication of our students, staff, and administration. Additionally, we held a Pathway Assembly focused on preparing students for real-world experiences through pathway-based learning and career exploration. Meanwhile, students are currently participating in iReady diagnostic assessments to help guide academic support and instruction. Overall, the past few weeks have reflected a strong balance of academic focus, extracurricular involvement, and community engagement. We are proud of our continued growth and achievements of our students and are grateful for the ongoing support from families, staff, and the broader East Providence community. Thank you for your time and continued support.
Thank you. So at this time, I would ask the committee to entertain a motion to move up Principal Black so that he could get back to the high school. If we could just move him up.
I'll make a motion to move him up in the agenda.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you.
honors level class, which is a little more challenging, to be added to that to get that financial literacy experience and that credit towards graduation. In math, that's probably our biggest changes are within the math department. We all know we're trying really hard to improve math with a lot of curriculum work and professional development over the last couple of years. We did see a small increase last year in testing, and to align with graduation credits with the class of 28, having the change in graduation credits, looking at an advanced math topics with applications, pretty rigorous, looking at after Algebra 2, geometry, really for those students pushing towards that college, getting a challenging third year of math after that, or it could be possibly their fourth year, and then mathematics modeling. So Rhode Island Department of Education has really encouraged schools to look at the mathematic modeling using real-world experience, but then bringing those math concepts in terms of graphs, all of the work that goes in there from a mathematics side, but having finances, so focusing on payday loans, car loans, personal finance, and then another course around stock market, finance for investing, retirement, really looking at that personal literacy piece, which recently has been a big push within the state, so having a couple of classes around that in addition to what we already have. And then SAT Math Lab, so looking at students that are struggling in math, having a difficult time, prepping them, helping them prepare and be more prepared for the PSAT and the SAT, having that class, kind of answering the need to our test scores and some lower scores in math, offering this class, being able to help a group of students who could use more support by putting this class in the program of studies. Then our fine arts program, looking at a music and film course. So we have a lot of success with courses that involve film. We have it in history. Students are engaged in that. So within the music department, we have had the music appreciation course. Looking at that fine arts credit, some students don't want to play an instrument, right? They don't want to be in the band. They don't want to sing in front of everybody. So just trying to mix it up and have a variety of things so students have the opportunity to receive that credit in that class. So those would be our additional courses, and we do have some courses in the CTC program to talk about next. All right, so our CTC, which is humming right now on 2000 Pawtucket Avenue with all the open house going on. So in our health occupations course, we have, it's very popular. We have so many students that are interested in that program. So really trying to kind of expand that umbrella within health occupations and provide more opportunities for students. So right now in your level 4 year in health occupations, you're looking at really focusing on just on CNA. Students that want to go into that CNA, they're working at Tockwatton for that semester, they flip, and then the next group goes the second semester. Not all students want to do that. Not all students are interested in going that CNA or going to Tockwatton. They're interested in health occupations, but right now that's really been our sole option. Some students are interested more in exercise science, looking at physical therapy or other opportunities. So group going to, if we're looking at it for next year, it'd be a group going to, say, Tockwatton with another group doing something with physical therapy. So our instructors would be building those relationships with, clinics to be able to provide that experience. So it'd be an alternative to just the CNA. So we think that'll provide more variety for students. And then we want to create an EMT pathway. So really starting with this year's graduating class of 2030, the 8th graders right now, looking at them applying this year for EMT pathway under the health occupations umbrella to provide more offering. So it really start what we're already doing with phys ed teachers teaching CPR, first aid, those classes. Those would still be taught by phys ed, but you'd be more on a direct pathway towards moving, taking classes your second year, so bringing in that health and anatomy that's already, really anatomy is already taught in the science program, so that would be your sequence in terms of if you were looking at an EMT pathway. Then in third year, you'd be taking like an EMS class. So we'd be building these classes, every year. Right now, we'd start with 2030 with first aid. The second year would be with class of 30-31, and then the class of 30-32, and they would be moving up. So then that fourth year, that last year, is the year we would be taking the EMT class. So as you know, the ambulance we have in the high school in the room, and we've had EMT before, but quite honestly, we weren't setting the world on fire with that course. Students weren't really prepared to be able to take that EMT. It's a very high level, and not to have all the prereqs and background, there just wasn't a lot of success coming from that course. We weren't really preparing the students. It was like a one-year deal, and you would take the EMT course. So this year, you're looking at, really a lead-up to prepare students for that EMT course. They would have the health, they would have the anatomy, they would have the first aid and CPR. So then by that fourth year, if they're continuing to do that, it would look more like we envisioned it to do when we opened the school with the full EMT experience. So those are the two big changes within the CTC. Mr. Hanlon's running around over at the high school, or he would have been here to kind of talk us through that, but we work pretty closely together on that. So does anybody have any questions on either the CTC, other classes that are new, the program of studies, or anything at all?
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Black, for coming out. This is, I think it's always a really great opportunity for this committee to really, take a closer look into the program of studies and the pathways available to our students at the high school. You outlined a few new courses available. Were there any courses that were removed?
Not that I can think of at this moment. We usually just continue to add and then give students the opportunity to fill.
Yeah.
If there's something particular you're looking for, I don't think anything was just flat
Just
out.
curious if there was anything that was coming off of, the
Yeah.
program of studies or the opportunities for our students. So essentially, what I'm hearing is that the 26-27 year is really going to be filled with just additions without subtractions.
Yeah, and typically that's how it runs.
Yeah.
So it's really, so the process, I know that the committee might remember, but how it works is, so once the program of studies is approved, the guidance counselors will start to go into the classes in February, beginning of second semester, and they typically go into their English core classes, so it'll be a guidance counselor and the English teacher. And what they'll do is they'll look at the course selections. You start with the juniors, making sure they're ready for their senior year, and kind of work backwards. Middle school takes care of the 8th grade students coming in, so they look at this once it's approved as well. There are courses in there that we won't run, either based on low interest or no interest. Sometimes combinations take place, so where it does look like there are so many classes, and there are, some years it wanes on the interest.
Yeah, no, that's great, and I think it's also it's good to hear the work and attention put in, especially with the EMT pathway. I'm just curious: are there any other pathways that haven't been fully fleshed out yet that you're looking into for future years?
Yeah, so right now this would be the only new pathway. We had, as Hope mentioned, we had the assemblies for the freshmen and the sophomores last week, to introduce them to all the different pathways within government, social science, education.
Yeah, I was actually able to catch some of that.
Oh, all right, yeah.
When I was there.
Yeah, so that's been new. If you remember, we started doing those last year to be able to, the pathways, it's trying to bring them to light. We know with the CTC program, they'll have a lot of students apply, and not everybody might get a seat, but there's still a lot of interest in doing something. So what we're hoping to do is build those pathways up. They're just, they're a little more student-driven than going through a class and kind of the way a traditional CTC program works. So it's starting to increase. We had students that are interested in education that worked at the senior project. I know many of you judged there on Friday. There were students that were sophomores that are interested in getting into education, which we desperately need. So they were getting some hours and experience just through the senior project, kind of giving people tours and experience and doing things like that. So it's still very small, our pathways. It hasn't really exploded at all like the CTC program, but we still want to keep those in there and keep exposing students to them and have those offerings and opportunities, especially students that are credit ready and want to do stuff.
Thank
Thank you.
Hello, thank you
Hi.
for coming. Is it possible over the next couple months, and I don't mean next month, but to get some students who would like to come and talk to us about the Pathways program and how they found it? I'm overwhelmed by this. Not sure how this all fits in one day, and everything that they have to do or be part of. I'd like to hear on the student's perspective of it to see
Sure.
how. Thank you.
Yeah, so how it works is in those wind blocks where we
Yeah.
expose them, it's really just 30 minutes of here they are. Then from there, usually it's a Google form or an interest survey, and then there's a follow-up win. Because when we are presenting to say 400 students in the class, there are many students in there that are like, why am I here, right? And they're kind of listening, and some are very into it. So we want everybody to hear about it, though. In a school our size, that's always the tricky part. Like, how do you get that information? So also, we'll send out those slides to families as well. But there are follow-up wins. And in one of the pathways, we had 3 students talk about their experience, which I think the kids probably connected to more than they would like to listen to us, is listen to their peers. Yeah. So we can definitely have students in that have either, are in the middle of it,
Yeah.
or have gone through it, or they're like seniors that would be great.
I would love it. Thank you.
Thank you. Anytime you want to have students at these meetings or anything like that, please feel free. I know, would love to have them here.
Thank you, Mr. Black. Appreciate you taking the time to come out here tonight.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. If there are any follow-up questions, you guys reach out, please.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Next item.
District recognition, school highlights.
Hi, my name's Noble. My favorite thing about the new school is the bigger classrooms and how we have more space.
I'm Jack Fiddling. My favorite part of the new school is the lunchroom.
Hi, I'm Mariah, and my favorite thing about the new school is the chorus room.
My name is Bridget Black, and my favorite thing about the new school is the clocks.
I am Aiden, and my favorite part of the school is in Mrs. Kraft's class.
Hi, my name is Kaylee, and my favorite part about the school is the gym. My name is Avery, and my favorite part about the new school is the cafeteria.
My name is Giada,
And my name is Olivia.
and my favorite part of the school is Miss Britt's science room.
Personally, I like the fact that we have windows because it looks so cool without the lights on, and I can still see in the classroom. Hi, my name is Aria, and my favorite thing about the new building is the posters.
I like classroom.
Hi, I'm Julian, and I think the gym is the best part of the school.
My name is Sophia, and my favorite part of the new school is the cafeteria.
My name's Christopher, and my favorite thing about the new school is the library.
Hi, my name is Kaylee, and my favorite part about the new school is the lunchroom. My name is Nora, and my favorite part of the new building is the bigger windows that we can actually see out of.
Hi, my name's Audrey, and my favorite part of the new school is the high ceilings and the big classrooms. My name is Harper, and my favorite part of the new school is the gym.
My name is Isabella, and my favorite part of the new building is probably the windows. Hi, my name is Kylie, and my favorite part of the school is how much room we have.
My favorite part about this school is that we have huge windows. Huge! My favorite part about the school is how big the classrooms are and that we get like a really big gym. It was there before. Stop. I know.
My favorite thing about our new school is probably the band room because it sounds a lot better than the old one when we play.
My favorite thing about our new school is probably the gym.
Hi, my name is Mackenzie, and my favorite part of the new school is how much more space we have.
I really like the bathrooms.
Next item, please.
Consent agenda.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Next item.
PTO, PTA, EPLAC reports.
Riverside Middle School, PTSA will be having a fundraiser on Saturday for the East Providence High School juniors. So the money on Saturday will benefit the East Providence junior class. I've been working with the class advisors over there and the students in the class of 2027. And then the following week at Contenders, the same place, the money from that fundraiser will go to girls hockey. So I do expect everyone to be there. I'm going to throw it out there. Either one or both. Thank you.
Thank you. Next item.
Superintendent's report.
Good evening. Over at Riverside Middle School, the parking lot had to be postponed due to the winter weather and the salt on the pavement. We're going to reschedule to a day where the weather allows, with the warmth and precipitation having to align. We'll maybe looking towards the spring if it doesn't cooperate. The price on the quote will be held by the painting company that we've been using. Warranty work at Waddington took place over the Christmas break. Sediment filters and pressure control valves were installed on the main water line into the building to reduce pressures that were affecting the plumbing valves along with sediment. Faulty toilet valves were replaced. The wheelchair lift has been finalized and inspected for use for the gym to 3rd grade stairway. They are getting the part tomorrow for the 2nd grade stairway, and they're looking to install that on the 21st. They're currently, once installed, it will also be inspected. Martin Middle School has started to be taken down. They're looking to early next week to have the rest of this down. They're going to be bringing in a crane with a big curtain to hang up along the side of the school here to deflect any debris that might possibly lead this way. So the abatement continues on this side over here. We were able to remove the existing generator out of the old building, a newer hot water tank that we had installed within the year, and tons of furniture. We can try to sell the generator to gain money for the project, like we were able to do with the chiller from Waddington, or attempt to use it, if possible, in another building. We were also able to salvage many items that can be used throughout the district to save thousands of dollars in repairs. The building management system is up and running in all schools. Riverside is currently in the phase of electrical wiring, controls, and valve installation. They will be working there throughout the coming weeks to complete the system. Air Masters is currently in the building doing electrical work and controls. They are on track to meet their goal of January 30th with Rhode Island Energy. I have control over the system for the first time in 10 plus years. The deficiencies with some units have been addressed, and some rooms with radiant heat are being looked at for additional supplemental heat. Some units have required some flushing and purging to allow the loops to be cleaned out. The units now have full control, which means that they work differently than previously. Staff aren't really used to this, so we've been going around making adjustments and explaining how everything works. With the system being new and the units being old, along with the piping adjustments are necessary to get everything running correctly. The current settings are 68 to 72 degrees for efficiency. Framing for the wand door project began over Christmas break. Framing of the door openings took place along with electrical work. Sheetrock and finishes have also been started. Installation is to be scheduled with wand door once complete. And programming and low voltage work with Signet has also started and looking to be completed by the end of February. I'd also like to look into the future of purchasing a new sander box for one of our trucks. We have 3 older ones that have become obsolete. The manufacturer does not exist anymore, and they don't supply parts. We currently have 2 working salt spreaders, and a 3rd would be beneficial. I would also like to purchase another Kubota setup like we have here at Martin from the high school, to have a 3rd so we can have 2 machines at the high school and 1 here at Martin in the long run. And we have received the results of our stage 2 submission, and we will be working through prioritization of the projects with the facility subcommittee in the future. That's it.
Anyone have any questions for Danny? Yeah? No?
For the price for the Kubota, would we have to wait to the end of the project, Sandy, to can we have that money, or is there any way I love the idea, Danny, about selling a generator. If we could we take that money, Sandy, put that towards that there? So, I'd like to see if we put on there, or Sandy could, or Danny can, answer this. Do we gotta vote on that to sell that generator, or could Danny?
We did last time with the chiller, when it went through Waddington. I've seen the price for the generator, roughly around $22,000.
No, I'm saying, Danny, could we just allow him, I'm sorry, can we we just allow you to go out and start to sell that, or is that gonna come in?
We worked with Shawmut and Peregrine last time,
Okay.
and they put it out to some companies, so we can work the same way and try to go out and
All right.
find a potential buyer.
So we would have to vote on that, Tony.
Okay, can we put that on the
Yeah.
next agenda? Because what I want, Danny, and I think that's a great idea, and like you mentioned with the chiller, but what we don't happen is like with the spray boot at the old high school, it sat there for years, and we even had a hard time getting it for scrap to get somebody to take it out. So I think that'd be a great thing. If we put that on the next agenda, we vote on it, Danny, and meanwhile, if you could start to see if we could get some people interested, fast track that, put that towards that Kubota. I'd love to see that get here this year for us as well. Thank you.
Danny, how soon would we be able to get that additional Kubota?
How soon can we get it?
Yeah.
I mean, really, you'd have to look into contingency money in this project, like the high school in the long run, so you're probably talking end of 2027.
There's no way to expedite that?
You're saying if we don't wait to put it in the project? Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll-
we have
I'll
to see
find-
we'd have to go out to bid on it and then
Right.
see what the lead time is to get it. But we can start working on that.
Out of the general budget, yeah, out of this,
Or,
if we're gonna do
and
both
what we
of the
sell and
projects potentially.
the material.
Exactly, so like if Danny can get some ideas, if we can get 12, 15,000 for the generator, then we would only add the offset to that.
Yeah, we can do that.
What's the price on a Komodo, give or take? In
It
estimate?
depends how I outfit it, anywhere between 32 and 45.
And then Danny, is that little sander that goes on the back, which is a
Right, it's the same as what we have
Exactly,
out back
that's
here.
a big plus, that sander, yes. So we'd be looking at 45, between 45 and $52,000, Dave, we could get the same beautiful piece we got here.
I'm all
on that.
for it.
Yeah,
Yep.
thank you, Danny.
Thank you, Danny. Next item. Vinny? Is that you? Isn't it? Oh, yep, got it, yeah, I see it now, yep, my bad.
So the building committee report, like I said, the demolition of the old building is ongoing here. Site work is also being done in preparation for the underground utilities and the foundation work. The auditorium work continues with MEP work. ATR Treehouse is going to begin the sound and lighting at the end of this month into early February. And in the coming months, the footings will be set in place in preparation for the steel skeleton expected around April. Over at Waddington, the ADA lifts have been installed. One has been inspected, ready for use from the gym common area up to the 3rd grade. The other from the gym commons down to the 2nd grade was awaiting on a part that will be in tomorrow. And installation is set to take place on the 21st. And like I also mentioned, the pressure reducing valves were installed over Christmas break on the main water line to help relieve issues that we were seeing with the flush valves. And Shawmut will be providing the replacements at no charge to the district. And the installation is ongoing. Any questions?
Any questions? Thanks, Danny. Next item.
Good evening. Okay, I will just briefly review some of the FY26 budget spends to date. 54 for the 5100 series. A small note I want to make is for 51401 and 51406 are actually flipped. At this time, I do not expect them to be over budget. You'll see that there's 210 budgeted for officials and 7,000 budgeted for athletic coaches that are actually in reverse there. As for the 5200 series, there's nothing significant to note. I do want to say we are keeping an eye on the health and dental benefits. And also would like to remind you that the retiree, can you hear me? That the retiree is included in this health and dental line. And that's why you see it's a little bit more than the previous fiscal year at this time. For 5300, I'm flagging that for 53303, we're actually going to be changing that UCOA charge to 53403. And that's just a recommendation per ride. So you see that that it is over budget there, but it actually will be changing to the other line there. Another small change I want to flag, there was a part-time position that was typically budgeted in 5100, but they had asked to be paid as a contractor. There is a small cost savings to do it that way in terms of payroll taxes, so we agreed to. And it just was a personal preference for them. So even though it is not budgeted here, it is budgeted in our salary line, so I expect there to be some overage in our salary at the end of the year. For 5400, there currently is no change. And for 5500, you can see there's an increased cost, and that is for the alarm and safety. I'm sorry, for 5400, you can see there's a cost for alarm and safety, which is 54902. And that was because it was previously charged in 54301. And so we just felt like it was a better place to charge it because it's actually alarm testing, and that is a better place to put it. For the 5500 series, there's nothing of note at this time, as well as for 56. And you will see for the 57, there's also, there's nothing of note there either. But for 5800, there is an increase. You'll see for 58102, and that again is just a change in how folks are in the athletic department are charging staff. So it is not an unbudgeted expense, it's just moving from one line to the other. Right now for FY26, I feel pretty confident that we'll be okay. I don't have any concerns to flag. As for for FY25, for the most part, no significant changes. We did receive our last invoices from the state for DCYF and also the transportation, and so the projections are pretty close to what was previously provided to you guys, and there's no significant change at this time. We're still in the black. We are preparing for our audit for FY25, so we'll have audited final numbers for you soon. Is there any questions that you guys might have?
Just the audit that you said we'll have soon, do you have an idea? Maybe a month or two, or?
So for the audit, specifically for FY24, that has been completed. It is currently in what they call quality assurance. It usually takes about 2 to 3 weeks for that. So I'd expect them to get an audit presentation for FY24 soon. I don't think they'll make it for February, but maybe for March. As for the FY25 audit, it's a very long process. I think I won't have a presentation ready for your final numbers until maybe the summertime. It's a long process for us.
But 24 we might have for the next meeting, or at least March?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Thank you.
Through the chair, I just had a quick question as far as cash flow. What was affecting that? Grant closeouts or ESSER or just?
I'm sorry.
The cash flow.
Yep.
There's been a significant change, and I was wondering what drove that.
For the month of this current one that I submitted, well, we actually have our federal grants. There was a delay with there was a shutdown, so we didn't get our GANs until December for some of them. There still is some grants that we have not, although we've been told by RIDE that it is okay to go. So with that being said, we just haven't received the reimbursement for those expenses. That's probably, I'm just assuming that is the reason why.
No, thank you. I just wanted to confirm.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for Mr., but with that capital improvement money, have we got all the paperwork in?
Yep, I received all the paperwork. I also verified it with the bond documents. I have from the bond agency statements to verify that. I'll be preparing a statement and hopefully have the city director also come down and present with me next meeting.
For the next meeting, we can have all that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Next item.
Policy Committee report. First one up is School Committee bylaws, second read.
Are there any questions with regards to the bylaws policy?
On page 9, developing the agenda, it looks like there's just like a typo. The agenda supported materials shall be written and distributed to school. So just a typo. I knew you did, but it shows that I read it. Yeah, that's all I found, so.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a bad one. All right. If there are no other questions, we can move on to the next item.
The next one up is Building Committee access policy, second read.
Any questions with regards to this policy? Hearing none, we'll move on to the next item. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I just
go
want
ahead.
to ask, it doesn't say, so for school committee members must undergo and maintain a valid background check. Where does that go? Who gets it? How do we follow, how do we know? You guys, you check. Okay. Just wanted to just double check.
We keep all of that in HR, and they track it.
Okay.
Thank you. If there's no other questions, we can move on to the next item.
The last one to consider is admission requirements for resignation of school-age children, first read.
So can I just ask a quick question? I know this had to be updated for that, but if a student gets placed in a foster home, say my home, and I go to the school district to register, you take that student immediately, correct? Like that day? There's no wait time or, I just want to, I know it's not directly in this, but it does state how this works, so I really would like to know with the Homelessness Act how this goes through.
Foster and
Yes.
homeless are registered immediately.
So 100% the student will go right to school? No questions asked, or?
We can't ask for, if there should be no delay upon registration for lack of paperwork or anything like that.
Or diagnostic, or anything like that?
There shouldn't be any delay upon registration.
Thank you.
Any other questions by the committee? Hearing none, we can move on to the next item.
Public comment.
Chrissy Rossi.
Thank you very much. Happy New Year. I just have a couple of really quick ones. So about a month ago, I had come to the meeting and asked if we could please start working towards some way to catch the kids up so they don't get continually passed along with skills that are at a lower grade when they continue to grow without their skills. So I was wondering if we had any updates on that.
Did we provide any update on that?
We have intervention blocks at every school, and we have Tier 2 and Tier 3 instruction that we provide. We do that. So students get reading instruction, students get math instruction. That qualify or that need it.
So how do we end up with kids at a higher grade? Like, for example, somebody in 7th grade who can only function at like a 4th, 5th grade level. Like, how do we catch that kid up?
How do we catch them up? Through intervention blocks. So we continue to work to catch up students in those intervention blocks. So at the middle school, it's a WIN block, the high school has WIN blocks, and elementary has intervention blocks. So they either get intervention from a specialist or they get intervention from a classroom teacher.
Okay,
and that
cool.
addresses the skill gap that they may have.
All right, thank you on that. And I just had one question on the residency policy. So on the first page, down at the bottom, number 4, it's blocked out in purple. Exemption for medical or religious reasons is crossed out. Are you eliminating that, or what is this? It's under immunizations.
I believe it's not eliminated, it's just saying that it needs to be documented.
Okay, I was just questioning because there's a line going straight through it like you are removing it. So that's why I just wanted clarification. Thank you guys, and I love what you've done with the place.
Thank you. Next item.
Discussion action items. Facilities meeting update. Danny touched upon most of it, but I just wanted to add as far as building management systems, as heating issues arise, they're actively being addressed, as needed. The only other thing that we spoke about was the possibility of removing the fence at Silver Spring, and that'll have to come to the committee for future consideration. But other than that, I have nothing else to add.
Thank you. Next item.
Consider a vote to approve school committee bylaws, second read.
I'll consider a motion.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Next item.
Consider a vote to approve building committee access policy, second read.
I will consider a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Nay.
The ayes have it, 4-1. Next item.
Consider a vote to approve paraprofessionals' 3-year collective bargaining agreement.
I will consider a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Next item.
Consider a vote to approve EPHS 2026-2027 Program of Studies.
I will consider a motion to approve.
I just want to make note that the program of studies also has in it, which we didn't talk about, like the school counseling department, it also has about homework, academic integrity, the core academic requirements to graduate, the recognition, everything like that is also in here. So once this is approved, it should immediately go on our website because people need to know how, what's an A, what's a B, what's a C, what's passing. So,
Yep.
okay, thank you.
You're
I'll
welcome.
make a motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Next item.
Consider a vote to approve naming of the weight room at EPHS.
So this is on the agenda for discussion purposes, and I will now pass it over to Brian.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
For nearly a century of combined years, Manny and Stephanie Venatero have dedicated not only their careers, but much of their lives to creating positive impact for both our school district and our community. From in-class instruction and academic leadership to countless hours of volunteer service through such things as the building committee, responsible for both of our district's new schools and ongoing projects, and the Friends of Townie Athletics, I can't imagine more deserving members of our community to have our high school weight room named after. For those reasons and many more, I am proposing to our committee to consider naming the high school weight room in their honor. Per our school committee policy, in order to do so, we would have to have a discussion this evening, and then at our next meeting, we would put on the agenda to have an open forum for public comment, a second discussion, and a vote. And so I wanted to broach that idea to this committee and open the floor for any additional comments.
So I'll just be really brief. Thank you for putting this on the agenda. I think it's well-deserved and probably long overdue. So it definitely has my support. Anyone else that wants to add anything? Go ahead.
I support this 100%.
I'd be supporting this 100% as well.
And I will as well.
Excellent, thank you.
Thanks again, Ryan. Next item.
Announcements?
I unfortunately don't have any announcements. Jess? No? Hey, Tony? Yep.
I just want to just ask a question, or a little lost here. Just, we're going to be looking at an issue right now. The new pre-K is on track for 2/2/27. I can't wait for that day. But we have the old pre-K, the old Meadowcrest, that wasn't approved by RIDE for the improvements we were going to do. Sandy, I think there was going to be a meeting coming up regarding that.
We've requested a meeting with RIDE to discuss it.
Okay, so can you just keep us informed
Yep.
with how that goes? And Dave, I'd like to put that on the next.
It's already going to be on it, yeah.
Okay, yeah, just so we can go forwards and start to
Yep.
track that, because that's going to be an important thing going down the road for us.
Yep.
Thank you.
We're also planning a public discussion session on uses for that building after the pre-K. So we're actually working on creating that now. So hopefully sometime in February.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you.
Through the chair.
Yep.
I just want to make a quick announcement / update for the committee. I will expect to have a little more exact information at our next meeting. However, we did have a health and wellness committee meeting late last week. And as you may remember from the presentation we had a couple of months ago, the Student Take Charge program that was grant funded in partnership with URI is out of funds. And so unfortunately, the funding has dried up for those programs to continue. However, the curriculums will become available online. And it was just brought to my attention this afternoon that there is a teacher champion at Riverside Middle School who is going to be interested in trying to move that program forward, utilizing the curriculum for the students at Riverside. And it's exciting because it was a really great program. Lisa, you've been on the Health and Wellness Committee and can attest to some of the passion that our principals and faculty share after going through it. We've heard testimonies not only from faculty but also from students, the opportunity to not only be introduced to new foods but to vote on a menu to take home for families. I think it's a really wonderful opportunity that creates some really great and powerful impact. So again, I wanted to just share that with this committee, and I will come with more information at our next month's meeting once we're able to start seeing how that path is going to move forward.
Excellent. Thank you. I'll now entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed?